All right, everybody. Well, welcome everybody to the first neighborhood place. Congressman Yarmouth's representative just came in the office. Please join us up here. Nicole Yates, nice to see you with your very conservative shoes you got on there today. Matching the scarf.
Some things never change.
Setting the tone. Sorry. They look good. Look good. Well, I want to thank the whole neighborhood place team for hosting us here this afternoon. A special thanks to Cassandra Miller here. Yeah, right on. Okay. And Rosia Logan. And really the whole team that I think in many ways kind of represent the soul of Metro government. What we're trying to do often comes together so well at Neighborhood Place where, you know, a citizen walks in and sometimes doesn't know who to turn to. And they just say, you know, we're here to help. And Neighborhood Place steps up and helps, whether it's with government or private sector services. So thanks to everybody. We have our federal government here as well, representing Senator Paul, so thank you so much. We've been together on a few things here today. So, and then also the Office of Resilience and Community Services. Gina, you and your team are here, so we've got a lot of good people here today. So as we all know, our neighborhood place combines services from multiple agencies, and that's really the secret sauce that makes it work for so many people. And we have 8 locations across Jefferson County, and I think it really shows the value when you pull people together from the public sector and the private sector just to focus on helping our citizens, which is what we're all here for. So today, and starting this week, First Neighborhood Place will be adding a new partner, and that's the Louisville Asset Building Coalition team, who will provide volunteer income tax assistance. So yes, it is that time of the year again for VITA services. These are free tax preparation services, and that's a great added benefit to Neighborhood Place clients. Anything you can get, anytime you get something free that's of high value, it's a good day. Now, there's a lot of stuff behind this that people need to understand. We know that a lot of Louisville families, tax refunds provide that critical boost to the family budget. But too often, we also know that people lose way too much of their refund because of high filing costs or additional fees for quick access refunds. Frankly, folks taking advantage of people that are filing to charge them more than what they should be charged, but because they don't know where else to go, they're stuck. So we're going to get them unstuck. Louisville Metro government and our partners here today want our citizens to get every penny that they deserve. Now also ARP also provides free tax preparation services, and together with the Louisville Asset Building Coalition, there will be more than 20 locations to get help across our community. So each one of these locations is going to have an IRS certified volunteer to assist with both federal and state taxes, and they can also help eligible citizens apply for the Earned Income Tax Credit. Too many folks do not apply for this Earned Income Tax Credit. The IRS estimates that as many as 20% of eligible citizens don't claim this tax credit. That's a real lost opportunity. Working families who earn up to approximately $53,900 may be eligible, and average credits last year were more than $2,400. So imagine if you're eligible for this, you don't file, basically you're just throwing away $2,400. Nobody wants to do that. That's a good chunk of change no matter how you look at it, you know, and that can help with, you know, home payments, tuition, car. Everybody always has something they're not planning on happening to them. At least we do at our house. I don't know about you all. So please find out if you're eligible for that Earned Income Tax Credit and go get it. Last year, the Asset Building Coalition helped people file nearly 9,000 tax returns. That's incredible. That led to more than $14,500,000 of federal and state refunds and tax credits coming back to Louisville. And then the ARP team showed up, and they filed another 5,500 tax returns on top of the 9,000. So this is a super valuable, practical service. I want to say thank you to the Office of Resilience and Community Services. Thank you to Metro United Way. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but thank you to the IRS. I guess their doors will be open tomorrow. Is that right?
They're working now.
Oh, they're working. Okay. Okay. They're essential. No, so too often people say, oh, I got to pay taxes. Well, let's talk about what taxes do for us. We just take all this stuff for granted, and we've got to invest in our country, invest in our state and our city through roads, public safety, education, health care. I mean, these are the things that we all really rely on. So, yes, you're right. The IRS is a very valuable agency for us. I want to thank the AARP Tax Aid Foundation, who steps up and helps so many people, and then dozens of other partners working together to make all of this possible. In a few minutes, you're going to hear from representatives with the coalition and AARP, and they're going to give you more details. But do you want to say anything? Okay, Congressman John Yarmouth was going to be here, but Ms. Yates, is he busy today? Uh-huh.
He's trying to get the government open.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're really blessed to have, I think, one of the country's best congressmen with John Yarmouth, Yeah. Known as Congressman Awesome. He's really smart and he's got a big heart. And you put those two things together, it's a lot of good things for the citizens of Louisville. So please give our best to the congressman. Now, how does all this work? Louisville Asset Building Coalition. Brittany Sims is here with us today, and she's going to share some of their magic secrets with us. Brittany?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hi. So free tax prep makes a really significant difference in the lives of a lot of our low to moderate income neighbors here in Louisville. When we talk about financial stability, a lot of this is focused around these resources and efforts that are a great alternative to many families. And this one helps these families keep 100% of their refunds in their pocket. They're not losing anything to the rapid refunds. Last year, our clients received over $14 million in refunds. $5 million of that was earned income tax credit. And we think that they saved about $1.7 million in tax prep fees. And that number doesn't even include all of the interest that they saved from predatory lending practices. So I'd like to talk really briefly about several new initiatives that we're working on this year. The first one is a tax time savings initiative. So we're promoting savings at our tax sites. We're hoping that our clients, if they're able, will kind of pick a small amount, start a savings account for maybe long or short-term financial goals. We're partnering with the neighborhood places. We're providing a Vita site here at First Neighborhood Place. We also have a walk-in self-file site at Bridges of Hope Neighborhood Place. So people can walk in, use the online service, and file their taxes with support from a staff member there. We're also spreading the resources and information about the neighborhood places to every client that walks in the door in case they need an additional service or they need an additional service down the road. We're connecting them to those programs. We're going to be preparing income taxes for homeless individuals at St. John's Center for Homeless Men. We're also going to be advertising at several of the other homeless shelters. We're going to help the clients that come in overcome the barriers of not having a permanent address or maybe missing documents. And finally, we're partnering with Metro United Way and Louisville Metro to provide a workplace-based financial empowerment program. So we're going to be going into FMS facilities management services and offering tax preparation to their employees there. So we really believe that all of these efforts together really focus on meeting people where they are. So helping them save if they're ready to do that, or for people that were homeless during the year, coming in and helping them get those things that they need together to file their taxes and claim the credits that they're eligible for. So now I'd like to talk really quickly about a few delays that will be happening this year that we want to get the word out about. All tax returns that have either earned income tax credit or child tax credit, the refunds will be delayed until February 26th. So that's even a little bit later than last year. Also, all Kentucky and Indiana state refunds will be delayed until February 26th. So that one's pretty new. That didn't happen last year. So we want to make sure that people are aware of that when they come in to file. And then a final delay, the IRS is delaying the start of their filing season until January 29th. So that's a week from today. We are opening all of our Vita sites this week, and we'll be holding on to those returns and e-filing them a week a week later. So you can still come into all of our sites and we'll still prepare the return for you. It'll just be a few days before we'll be able to send it off. So finally, I have just some more information about how you can reach our services. You can call the VITA appointment line at 502-305-0005, or you can go online to labcservices.org and you can download a flyer that has information about our walk-in sites and our sites that have other ways of making appointments. You can also call Metro United Way's help referral line at 211. If you're interested in filing your own taxes online, you can go to our website. We have 2 different programs that are eligible, that low to moderate income families are eligible for. You can file for free from our website. So finally, I just want to thank all of our community partners and volunteers and the Louisville Metro Office for Resilience and Community Services. So they've been really just a key to growing these services and seeing more clients. So thank you. Doug?
Okay, thank you, Brittany. Appreciate that. Ron Hatch was going to be with us here today. He's the retired director of the coalitions, but he couldn't make it, so we want to say thank you to him. He continues to serve in the VITA program like a great citizen, so I appreciate that. And as I said earlier, AARP also plays a vital role in administering free tax preparation sites across the community. And Doug Fowler has helped this community for a long time. So he's here with us here today to talk a little bit about those services. Doug?
Thank you. TaxAid is a wholly owned subsidiary of the AARP Foundation. We're not connected other than that. You know how it is to be wholly owned? You do what they tell you, but that's all. There's no organic connection between the two. They support us. You don't have to have any relationship to AARP to walk in any, now here's this commercial, any of our 10 sites in St. Lawrence County and Bullitt County to have taxes done. There's no requirement. All you have to do is be able to get in the door. That's all. And have an ID and your W-2s and the other tax information you need. Anybody that comes in there will be sat down with a qualified counselor, and we'll go through the program, and we'll email your taxes, and you'll have a notice of that within minutes. Sometimes it's 120 minutes, but it's minutes. We're nationwide, so you can reference TaxAid sites anywhere in the country. The difference between TaxAid and VITA is that TaxAid will deal with persons of any income level and any age. There's no restriction at all like that. And that's different. We have all volunteers, total volunteers, across the country, volunteers. I don't know how they do it, but there are 15 paid people in D.C. that run TaxAid Foundation. Here we have 10 sites in this town. Last year in Kentucky, we filed 17,755 returns out of a total of 18,500 that were completed. The others had to be mailed. And we helped 28,000 people. Sometimes folks come in and they just say, hey, do I have to file? I'm 80 years old, but I have all this money. Do I have to file? Yeah. So we answer those questions. We have 417 volunteers around the state at 62 sites. And Louisville does, 25 to 30% of all the TaxAid returns in Kentucky. Locally, we prepared just under 11,000 returns with over 100 volunteers. And we were helped by about 40 support staff. The number would have been higher, but last year we had a brand new software program, which drove us crazy. But those 11,000 returns generated about $155,000 in child tax credits. Credits come on top of your deductions. They're different. They come after you figured your taxes. That's a good thing. And just under $800,000 in EITC return credits. That's after you figure the taxes. Refunds of over $5.25 million came back from our returns. And we're glad to do it. We have fun. We have a lot of fun. And we're glad to do it. Mr. Mayor?
Thanks, Doug. Okay. Thanks so much. All right, we're throwing around a lot of big numbers here today. Everybody needs to get their part of the big numbers. And it wouldn't happen if we don't have great volunteers doing this work. And I always get a big kick out of this every year because one of those volunteers just happens to be a Metro Councilwoman as well. You know, so when you run for public office, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, it shows you want to help. But then I always like to say, well, what are you doing if you're not in public service? And so for Councilwoman Cindy Fowler, it means she's a great citizen, you know, whether she's in office or not. So Councilwoman, I really appreciate you doing this. And tell us why you do it.
Thank you, Mayor. I love VITA. I really enjoy doing taxes for people that need the help and that really appreciate it. I started doing this. This is my 11th season of doing taxes. I haven't been able to do it as much as I would like to in the last few years, but I don't think I would be standing here today as a council person had it not been for VITA. It introduced me to a whole new realm, and it's just one of the most fulfilling experiences I've ever had. So I encourage you, if you're sitting there at home with nothing to do, we need you. We really do. You can be a greeter, you can prepare taxes, but don't think that you can't do it, because the support is there. Teach you how to do it, to get you certified, and you won't be sorry. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. We appreciate that. We're also here with the mayor of Newburgh. Who happens to be the councilwoman for the 2nd District. So Barbara Shanklin, if you'd share a few words with us, we'd appreciate it.
I always have to put it down a little bit. Thank you for allowing me to be over here with you guys today. But I just want to say that Newburgh has already, my group, we had the very first VITA site in Newburgh. And that's because it was a low-income area. And we had a little house that we worked out of over there on over on Unsale. We call it the Cop Shop. And I think we had more volunteers than we did actually have people. But we really had a lot of fun. This was before Metro started. Well, it was the very first VITA site. So, but it really feels good to me to bring it over here to the neighborhood place, because a lot more people know where the neighborhood place is. A lot more people will be able to come. I think in the whole time we only did about 50. We had more volunteers eating, playing, and all of that than we did actually had clients. If one client came in, everybody would knock each other down trying to get to it. So it really feels good to know that it's going to be over here and a lot more people will be able to come, and it really helps my neighborhood. So I'm really proud to say that we were one of the first, very first, and it makes me feel good. Thank you.
All right, Councilwoman, we appreciate that. Doug pointed out, too, that we still need more volunteers. So please spread the word, if you would. And then all of these preparation services are held in public buildings, just kind of stretch the taxpayers' dollars. So the more we can do that, the more we will. Okay? Any questions about any of this good stuff? All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for coming out today. And we do have 2 extra days to file taxes this year. The April 17th is the final day. So
I have a question. So, Brittany, will people be able to still come in and do their taxes, though, even though they aren't, if it's earned income credit, or, so they can go ahead and file them now? So
Yes.
don't wait
Yes.
until the 26th. Go ahead
Yes,
and.
for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
all right. Well, thanks for that clarification. Thanks, everybody, for coming out today. Take care.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro government.